Good morning, my friends. This is Janie back from my Graham's Backyard Living, either on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. I've got quite a few more followers, and I really do appreciate you all following me and sharing information. And I'm coming to you from the compost pile where my new pup is just making him a new hole or something. But let me show you what I'm doing. This is all my compost soil from these are all the leaves and all of the debris from last year's garden. And this girl over here is working this side over here. This is all a little bit fresher stuff. So I'm digging all this up, and I'll show you where this is going. And there's Duke over there making him a new hole because I wouldn't let him dig in the compost pile. So I'm loading me up some. And there's a lot that you can still do to get ready, and it's full on getting ready because here in Alabama it's a beautiful, I'd say 67, 68 degrees, and look at that sun, is gorgeous. They're all out running around doing their thing. Finally got them out. If you with me before, I used to complain about them pooping on the deck and stuff, so I've had to put up this temporary fencing. I think we're gonna put fencing around the pool, but for right now this works because I have the other chicken coop over there, which I'll go visit that one over there. I'll have it out, and I have all them out over there, so that just keeps the two roosters separate, keeps the girls separate. What are y'all doing in there? Get out of there. Get out. You leave them babies alone. So I don't think, I don't show people a whole lot when they ask about your, get out, get out, get out, get out. I have to shoo them all out. But when people ask about my chicken house and stuff like this, but this is my coop. So I took a shed. No. I took a shed that was already here, and we used to put the lawnmower in it and stuff. So we put a concrete ramp. But this is just like one of those sheds that you buy. It was already here when we bought the property over 20 years ago. And so we halved it. And half of it is their coop. And the other half, this is my brooder box with my babies in there. I don't know if you can see them. But I had one baby survive, a mama, and then I had to go buy 3. You can see the difference in the size, and they're only 2 weeks difference according to the lady, and that other one was born at Christmas. So, but they get along together just fine. And so he'll have a companion, or I keep saying he, I think it's a rooster, but anyway. So this is my junk side. This holds the chicken plucker, all of the feed. Don't have no meat birds. Don't have no plan on getting any in a while, but we'll see. You all, there ain't nothing in here for you. But I can come in here and get the eggs. Got one girl sitting here. I can get the eggs from inside here. And then I'll open that window. I should open it today. It's beautiful out there. But they come in and out over here. And this is their little spot here. And then I just lift that up, hook it up on the rail, and I'm fixing to take the deep litter out here before long. And then this is their coop over here. Wind's getting up. Ugh. So I've taken some of their plastic, just like in the fall, I put up their plastic a little bit at a time, so I'm not really overwhelmed with having to do it when it's freezing cold. And see this little boy, get out of there. He thinks he's a chicken, I guess. He's doing really good. He's a pup still, and he's learning. I just let the chicken, this is Monday morning, so we've just started with the chickens coming out over the weekend. So I'm kind of sticking close out here because he thinks they're his play toy. But anyway, back to the chicken coop. So as spring comes along, I take it off in sections also. I don't completely remove it all because if you know Alabama, we could have freezing rain in a week or two, and until I get through February, I'm gonna continue with them on there, and then I'll just take it off in pieces and bits. But there's my garden. And I've added, like I said, I hated it because I can only get in and out on that one side. So I added 6 more feet to my garden. It was a 20 by 40. And then I've added probably about 6 feet. So I added another row of fencing, and all it was this gate. And I think one set of panels just to move it over. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 panels over. And then I got, I resituated this one. I turned it out and moved this along this way. I put my sink and my table inside. And then I'll be filling, that compost will all be going in here until get my topsoil and stuff in. I get it from the farmer's co-op. So that'll be going in there when we can get some. My husband said, just wait till next weekend, till hunting season's over with. But for right now, I have some volunteer brassicas that stayed in all summer long, and I just left them. They fared pretty well through the freezing cold. And maybe we'll get some Brussels sprouts. And I just bone mealed everything. These are my onions. Garlic here. And then I went through and planted another succession of garlic, because this little spot here is going to be all garlic. I had peas growing in there last year. But then I got some of my onions, who I just pick off of them as I need them. If I don't need them, I don't pull them, and just let them continue to grow. I use a lot of the ends. I'll cut them and use them for flavoring and stuff like that. I do have some in the freezer, but I just need to top off all these beds. I've been turning them. Just need to top them off with some soil when we get it from the co-op, and I'll top all that off. But here's the greenhouse. So here's my greenhouse. People ask about the greenhouse. So here's my greenhouse. I got it from the Amish up in Tennessee. So this patio was already here, and there was a gazebo right here. So we got rid of the gazebo. It practically just fell apart. And so we just used the flooring from the gazebo and just set this right on top of the flooring that was already there. But here's all of my peppers. I've wintered over a lot of my peppers. Some are going to make it, some aren't. So I got them out the other day and let them get some sunshine and watered them really good. And here's some of my other, if you've ever bought these citronella plants, these are like $34 a piece. So I wintered these 2 over. They did very well. This one's even blooming. And I've been watering them really good and got them all trimmed up and ready to go back outside. Got a horseradish that overwintered really well. And I did have electricity, but as you can see, the electrical is taken apart because our underground electrical blew out or something. I don't know what happened. So my husband's going to have to run another electrical line. So I'll have my fan and everything. But I have 2 windows on each side. I can open up for cross circulation, and then I have a fan right there. Because even though I've got this sitting and I've got it under a tree right here in the back, this right here is very, very warm, and it gets very hot in the summertime. I don't do a whole lot out here in the summertime, but getting these going and trying to regulate the heat in here is something. So I have the heat pads. I think I have them all turned off. I need to turn all these heat pads off because it's plenty warm in here. And I have all my lights. You can see my lights are all up underneath there. So this is all lit up at night. I turn the lights on at night so they'll get their proper lighting. They have their own individual greenhouse. Here's all a bunch of seedlings going on right there. But these are just some cheap trays from like Lowe's that I got. One of these days I'm gonna invest in the ones that, you know, you can wash and reuse. And I got me some plants planted there. I have a whole stack here I need to get planted. Got my bunch of my potatoes started there. So the greenhouse, even though this is what, an 8x12, something like that. I have a lot going on in here, and I could still do more. I could tighten all this up and move all this together and still fill up some more. I got some room there in the back, but it's working for me right now. I can get quite a bit in there. But let me go shut this gate. I was going to show you. I also added, along with that wooden bed right there, these were already pre-built. I bought these off of Marketplace. A lady was selling them. So I bought 4 of them. And then I get them home and I'm like, I'm not sure where I'm going to put them at. So we're going to go over here. This is kind of like, so my husband gave me the site. We used to keep some of the, he used to keep the boat right there. So he moved the boat up forward and he let me have, go on. He's not going to bother you. Don't you dare, Chase. Don't you dare. This, I only have to use the sound on this collar because he already knows. You only had to shock him a couple of times, but that's how, it's the only way to get his attention. But anyway, so I got this little space right here, and I got these boxes, and I put the landscape material down along the walls of it, as you can see right here. And this one is finished off. This has the top on it, so I can sit here and plant and stuff. And then here's some more debris and leaves and stuff I want to get rid of, and then I'll cover it with some more of this soil. This is the soil that we got from the Farmers Co-op, and I need to top that off a little bit more. Plus, they gave me all the boards to finish these off. So my husband will be finishing these off with the rails that go around. But so with these added 3 bins, I still had a hard time placing everything. I still had a hard time placing everything for my garden. Come on, Duke. So my only suggestion, I guess people, try and share tips and suggestions and what you would do differently. I guess I didn't realize, come on, Maggie, hurry up. I didn't realize planting in succession. So that's what come on, Max. Come on, girl. So that's what I did with my garlic. I've got some already grown, already coming up. And then I just planted another batch. So also your dill, your parsley, your I'm going to show you something in the house here in a minute that's going to make all that. So I thought I needed to use all that, or I could freeze it. And it's okay freezing it. It just takes up a lot of freezer space. And I've started doing meal prepping and buying in bulk and kind of meal prepping. So that takes up a lot of the freezer space. So I really can't justify taking up a lot of freezer space. So I'm trying to come up with an alternative. So we got the freeze dryer, and all of my herbs, I'm going to grow as many herbs as I can and get them. Because if once you think you have, what is mine, 4 trays. My harvest right is 4 trays. And that's about this much in a quart jar by the time you get it all smashed down. But I'm going to freeze dry as much as I can. So one thing I learned too is so here, let me show you. Part of the garden is I took down some of the branches there, but it's still going to be shady. This side's going to kind of be shady. So this is going to get my cool weather plants, like my lettuces are going to go here. My potatoes are going to go right there. And then amongst that, I'm going to plant, this one over here gets all cilantro. And so something I learned from last year, I need the cilantro. I had to buy a lot of cilantro. And then dill, cucumbers aren't going to wait for the dill to catch up with, and if they don't grow together, so you need all of that going continuously and in many different spots. So if you don't have a you know, a large growing area, come on. If you don't have a large growing area, just and I gotta see where he went to. He's got my attention, boy. Get over here. So I'm gonna do cilantro over there. I'm gonna do parsley. I'm gonna do dill. I've got dill growing, and I'll show you that in the house. And then again, just here in the next month, I'll start that all over again. I'll plant some dill out there. I've got Roma tomatoes. I've got 3 different, I got the San Marzanos going in, and I'm going to do Romas also. But this will be my first year trying the San Marzanos. So I don't know if I'm going to like them or not. So I try a few of them. Still grow my paste tomatoes. My tried and true ones, of course, is the Roma tomatoes. And then I'll do the San Marzanos. And if I like the San Marzanos, then I'll switch to those. But the Roma tomatoes will go out. Some will go out here. And then in between that, I'm going to plant dill. I'm going to plant parsley again. I'm going to plant the sweet basil. All of those like a little bit of shade. So all of those will go in and amongst some of the taller vegetable plants that you have. Let me show you this here. So I bought this little thing from Amazon, and we're going to put 2x4s across the bottom and put some wheels on it. But this is going to be my grow out house for those chicks that I got in there. And then I wanted another little separate house, a small one, in case I have a Brody chicken. I can move the Brody chicken in here, let her hatch her eggs, let her do her mama thing for a couple of weeks, and then move the mama out and let them finish out here before I move them into one of the runs. Some of my girls over here are getting pretty old. They're I got some, they were already full grown, so they're probably going on 3-4 years old, and they're kind of slowing down in their egg laying, so I need to fill that one back up over there. But let me show you what I got going on in here. So I've got my sweet basil. This is what I've been using over the summer, or I mean over the winter time in the house. I've had it. And then these little grow stackables. I had some volunteer tomatoes that were in the greenhouse. But here I've got cilantro, I've got dill, got some dill growing over there. Got all my strawberries. Some will come back. I wintered, some will come back, some won't. And then I'll just replace those. But if you have a place and you don't have a whole lot of area to grow in, those stackables are really nice. And you can get some. I haven't grown with them. Oh, let me show you my freezer. So here's my my Harvest Right freeze dryer. And I've got it here in the foyer for less than nowhere else to put it, because I got it for a Christmas gift, so it was freezing cold out there. And people were wanting to know what you put on it. So what you put it on. So this is a cart from Harbor Freight. It's the bigger one, because that is very, very heavy. The first one my husband got, this is too top heavy for anything kind of flimsy. So, and if it falls on it, it'll kill you. That's how heavy it is. But let me show you out. So this is an area. I have a big porch out here. We're never out here. We never use it. So I've got 2 more stacks of those that I'm going to fill up and plant herbs. I'm going to keep on herbs and herbs and herbs. All I can do. And then I'm going to dry them in the freeze dryer. They'll either go on that side or on this side. The water's right there. So it might be better for it to go on that side. But either way, if you're just with growing space or trying to figure out how you're gonna grow different things, like I said, these are smaller ones, but you can get a lot bigger ones and nicer ones once you discover if that's something that'll work for you, like if you just have a patio or something like that for just like a small garden, or if you just wanted to try those. I didn't plan on buying those big boxes, but they just hit me on Marketplace and they were calling my name and I couldn't I couldn't resist. So that's why I got those. And then I said I'm still going to use those stackables for like all of my herbs and stuff, and it's right out the house so I can walk out there and cut what I need. But once they start getting growing and before they bolt, I want to be able to harvest as much as I can and get it in that freeze dryer. Oh, they're pinned shut. So on the other side of the greenhouse, here's my other. And what happened? The door shut. Yes, I know, baby. Come on. Somebody kicked the... Oh, but he got the side open. All right, there you go. Somebody had to have kicked this over. You all got to pay attention what you're doing. I didn't lock you in. So this is my other coop and run. So this is the run over here. And again, I have the nesting boxes on the inside. I have this, see, I still have this covered up. Yesterday I just cut that open and took the plastic off, and I'll leave that end on for right now just till we see what the weather's gonna be like. Woo! You almost got it again. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to scream. Oh my goodness, scream in your ear, but I almost caught a chicken. Almost caught a chicken in the door. Oh, they're all in there laying. So I got somebody wanting some hatching eggs, so I'm trying to catch them as soon as they lay them. And you get to put the pointed part down, and then you put them in an egg crate and you leave it tilted. So the air pocket is kind of off to the side. So I'm catching them as soon as I can and getting them tilted off to the side. And then I wanted to show you, this is our right out of the kitchen. Of course, if you notice these are from, just from Lowe's or whatever. These are pretty full. But what I do is I do a catchment up underneath here. And this is called compost tea. So I take that compost tea and it's got a lot of good nutrients and fertilizer in it. So I have a spray canister, and that's what I put on all my seeds when I'm getting them started, and they'll get compost water. And then if it gets too full, or if I'm going to get some rain, I want to empty that down. I'll dip it and dump it on my flowers, or my flower beds, or the garden beds, as after I already have something growing, because you really can't control that, how much is going to come up out of there or how much, but it's got a lot of good minerals in it and stuff, and I've always had really good luck. All of my stuff has grown really good. You okay? You traumatized that the door slammed on you? There's I have 2 olive acres. I have about 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5, 6 cream leg bars. My rooster is a olive acre. That's my snow boy. And then 3 buff Orpingtons kind of stuck in the mix right there. I've tried to move my buff Orpingtons over to the other pen, and they won't have it. They want to come. They come running back over here. So what I'm going to do is those 4 that I got in the bar needing to get rid of some roosters, whatever's left as hens will go in that coop over there, since those ladies are older and they're not all really laying that well anymore, but they're just going to live out their best life out here in the sunshine, in the yard, whatever. But if you weren't if you've been on seen some of my other tapings, you didn't see this. I put up this temporary fence to kind of keep them separate, keep the rooster separate, And to keep these particular hens and roosters on this side love to be up underneath my deck, and we all know what happens when they take up roost. I was having to pressure wash my deck like every couple of days because it was a mess. So this fencing right here is temporary to kind of, it's only a suggestion, but they follow suggestions really well. And they're staying on their side, even though Rudy is a little upset because these Buff Orpingtons used to run around with him out here in the yard. But we're hoping to maybe get the deck, just the pool deck and the porch fenced in, and let them free range, I guess, what little bit of free range that they do out here in the yard, but they love it. See all that green in the wintertime, and then over here, but it didn't do that well this year. Around the back and around the front, it did a lot better last year, but I plant ryegrass. So I just let them out and let them feed on that ryegrass in the wintertime, barring that it's kind of halfway decent weather, and then let them eat all that up. Look at this girl over here. She's just enjoying that sunshine. She's one of my older girls. See what she's doing. They don't like me talking to them when they're trying to lay out here. But yeah, it's one of my old girls. She's just enjoying her laying out here in sunny. But anyway, I thank you for going on my tour with me. I've got quite a few more followers, looking for more and more followers. And the reason I do this is just to share information and to get information, help me growing. I just retired last year and kind of took this on as a job, because it is a job. You work 10 hours a day just out here once planting season, harvesting, through canning, through doing all that, and it's very important for me to grow healthy food and limit the going to the grocery store. I guess the only way I get my information is like through Facebook and stuff about egg prices and stuff like that, because I really don't go to the grocery store. I get if I go to Sam's, I do stuff in bulk, and I get ingredients, my flours and my rice and stuff that I can't really grow here in my backyard. But I'm moving towards, I didn't really do good the last couple years. I did all right in potatoes, but I still have to purchase potatoes. And like I said, my herbs is the biggest thing, and it's planting in successions, and plant and plant in different places. I can't stress that enough. And I learned my lesson, I guess, just from last year not having it. So that's kind of what I've researched, and that's kind of what I've been told through other groups and stuff that I need to be doing. So I'm doing that this year. Now that I have the other planter boxes, adding 3 planter boxes, I thought I just have all the room in the world to plant flowers and to play. And no, once I put it all down, once you sit down and you put it down in paper and have a place for everything that as I'm doing seeds and stuff, I'm placing them on my paper where they're going to be planted, it fills up quick. So I bought a lot of different hybrid tomatoes and stuff that I wanted to grow, and I'm going to do 3. I'm not going to be able to, I thought I could just grow all the tomatoes in the world. No, I've narrowed it down to 3. I'm going to hold on to those other packages, and there's always next year. So when you're sitting down planting, definitely draw it out and see how much room you got for what. And if you think you got a hole here and there, throw down some dill, some parsley, some cilantro. Like I said again, you can't plant enough of that. And if I do have, and like I said, I was going to go through an inventory on my pantry to see what we use the most of and what I have left over and what I can change in planting. And we still have a couple let's see. So we got February, March, April, and May. In May, I might start getting some vegetables and stuff, but we still have another good 4 months, because I was thinking, oh my gosh, I just canned way too much because there's so much food left in here. But it's going down. I mean, it's getting there. Like corn, I'll never grow corn, so I buy from a local farmer. I buy up the street. I try and buy as local stuff as possible. Green beans I didn't grow last year. I've got spots for green beans this year. I'm going to do my own green beans. We didn't eat a whole lot. My husband's not a real big fan of green beans, so I know. So you need to figure out what you eat. So if you're just starting out, it's what you buy. So things that you buy on a regular basis, is that something that you can grow and grow abundant, you know, that you want to concentrate on just to get started. If you start canning, you know, the world is just wide open there for all the stuff that you can can and put away. But I'm at the end of my 4 months. I guess everything's already going to be planted, and I kind of have an idea of what I need to get growing, and it's going to be all the basics. But I need onions, I need potatoes, I need carrots. Oh my gosh, I hadn't eaten carrots, and I guess in a while, and I bought some carrots a while back from the store, and I took a bite out of those, and I'm like, they were awful. They had no flavor to them whatsoever. After you eat garden, you won't go back, because the flavor of my carrots, the very few that I had last year, I want to grow tons of carrots. I don't want to have to eat that stuff from the store again, especially if you use them raw in a salad or something like that. Ooh, I can't do it. I can get them and cook them, and still they don't have as good a flavor as what I had in the garden. But so I had some carrots that I planted in the fall, and they're coming up, and then I just planted a bunch of seeds the other day. So and carrots is one thing that you can just leave in the ground and just pull them as you need them. You don't have to, there's no certain time that you have to pull them and process them or whatever, like you would your tomatoes or your cucumbers or something like that. But anyway, thank you, folks. I'm gonna try and cut this off so it doesn't get too lengthy. And if you have any questions, any comments, you know, we're just all here to help each other. And if you have questions, put them out there. Maybe some of my other viewers may have an answer for you if I don't, or I can research it. And we can all just grow together and grow what we eat and enjoy the fruits of our labors. And whether you're on a large scale or whether you're just on a little backyard garden, which that's what mine started out to be. I've grown a little bit. I don't think I'm growing anymore because I don't think I can do anymore. But, you know, if you have a few planters on your porch to having a little space like I've got, and anywhere in between, you just start with one or two things, and you'll learn that once you eat something that you've grown, it'll get to you, and you'll be like, I need to grow more, and I need to find more space and more time to eat my everything that I've grown and enjoy the food. So thank you, folks, for following me. And like I said, questions and comments help me with, if I need to make some improvements or make some changes or something, just let me know. And there'll be a lot more videos coming as I start planning out, and as the weather is beautiful. We'll just keep growing together, starting right now. Thank you, folks, and we'll see you at another time. Bye.